And if you want to come along with me with your cord.
I think I am. What, over on that side?
Well, yeah, we're going to go center.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She's the only one attached to us, and she'll walk with us.
Okay. On wheels?
It's locked. It's not locked.
Right there? I'll do it if I put my
She's going to have one standing here, one standing there, and the rest are going to be on the stairs behind her.
Okay, got it.
check to make sure mine is all good too. Okay.
Hi there. Take your time. We are good. Take your time. We want you all ready. No rush at all.
Jade, are you all set? You're good. They're good.
Everyone's good? Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here today. My name is Darcy McElwee, and I'm the United States Attorney for the District of Maine. I am joined here today by Saco Police Chief Jack Clements and federal law enforcement partners, whom I will introduce momentarily, to provide an update on the joint investigation that the Saco Police Department has been undertaking with the FBI's Southern Maine Gang Task Force regarding the midday shooting that occurred on February 9th, 2024. As was previously reported, a shooting from one vehicle into another, from which 3 suspects fled, caused a series of events involving a school bus with Old Orchard Beach students aboard, a lockdown of nearby Thornton Academy, and a shelter in place for the town of Saco. As Chief Clements will explain, the Saco police and neighboring law enforcement agencies responded, and since that day, his agency has been working directly with the FBI's Southern Maine Gang Task Force, a collaborative team of federal, state, and local law enforcement agents who work together every day to address violent crime in southern and western Maine. In addition to Chief Clements, I am joined here today by representatives of that task force. From the FBI, Supervisory Senior Resident Agent Christopher Peavy. From ATF, Special Agent in Charge James Ferguson, and Resident Agent in Charge Nicholas DeLello. From the United States Marshal Service, Acting U.S. Marshal Kevin Neal. We are also joined here today by Assistant United States Attorneys handling the investigation and prosecution, Jonathan Nathans and Noah Falk. We are here all together today to announce that yesterday morning, a federal grand jury sitting in Maine returned an indictment against the 3 individuals who allegedly fled from the shooting vehicle. Joshua Estrada, age 19, and Giancarlos Abrante, age 20, and Jason Johnson Rivera, age 18, all of New Bedford, Massachusetts, have been indicted on federal felony charges of conspiring to distribute and possess with intent to distribute cocaine and perpetrating a drive-by shooting. Specifically, the grand jury indictment alleges that in furtherance of a major drug offense and with the intent to intimidate, harass, injure, and maim, these 3 men fired at least 5 rounds from a 9mm handgun at their adversaries in the drug trade in Saco and Biddeford, causing grave risk to human life. A few moments ago, in the federal courthouse behind us, Mr. Estrada, the first of the alleged shooters to appear on these charges in Maine, was arraigned and pleaded not guilty. He was ordered detained pending a detention hearing scheduled for Tuesday. The other 2 men charged, Mr. Abrante and Mr. Johnson Rivera, will appear in Maine and be arraigned next week. They both remain detained in state custody in Massachusetts on unrelated charges. While an indictment is merely an accusation, and the 3 men charged are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, we hope these charges bring a sense of peace to the community of Saco and the surrounding area. We also hope it demonstrates the collective strength of Maine's law enforcement community. I commend the Saco Police Department and those from the neighboring communities who responded to this incident, which had a substantial impact on the town and the school communities involved. This joint federal and local investigation reflects that if you come to Maine and engage in violence, particularly firearm violence, there will be a swift and coordinated response from every level of law enforcement. Agent Clements will now make some remarks.
Good afternoon. My name is Jack Clements. I'm the Chief of Police for the City of Saco, Maine. As the U.S. Attorney stated, we did have a drive-by shooting on February 9th. For those folks that live in Saco, this occurred on Elm Street, which is one of the busiest streets within our city. Brazen violent crime of this magnitude is not something the City of Saco is accustomed to. But when it happens, Maine law enforcement responds. I want to thank not only our direct neighboring agencies, but also the Maine State Police, our federal law enforcement partners, and the municipal and county law enforcement agencies from across York and Cumberland counties that responded to assist us. Finally, I would like to personally thank my detectives for their tireless work, as well as the entire team assigned to the FBI's Southern Maine Gang Task Force, as well as the United States Attorney's Office for all of their tireless efforts in bringing this case to where it is today. Now I'd like to turn it over to Supervisory Special Agent Peavy.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Chris Peavy, Supervisory Senior Resident Agent with the FBI in Maine. Today, we're here to announce the arrest of 3 men from New Bedford, Massachusetts, who we believe conspired with each other to deal deadly drugs and commit an act of violence in southern Maine. We believe all 3 men were involved in the drive-by shooting in Saco in February and the multi-vehicle crash involving the school bus that followed. As a result of the ensuing chaos they caused, schools were locked down and the community was asked to shelter in place. At that time, the law enforcement team standing before you today vowed to find out exactly what happened and bring those responsible to justice. These arrests are truly a testament to the seamless collaboration between the FBI's Southern Maine Gang Task Force, the Saco Police Department, and all our law enforcement partners. The FBI's role here was to support the Saco Police Department, to provide whatever assistance and resources we could. Our Southern Maine Gang Task Force hit the streets immediately after the shooting, collecting information, intelligence, and evidence. Violent drug traffickers have a corrosive effect on our community. Their crimes affect people's peace of mind and quality of life. Know that we are committed to making it safer for the folks who live, work, and visit here. Working together, we are determined to make a difference. One corner, one block, one neighborhood at a time, because the people of Maine deserve nothing less. We also need your help. To those of you living in neighborhoods who have been hit hard by drug trafficking and gun violence, we know you're the ones who suffer daily. We encourage you to reach out to us with any information you think might be useful. I know this is a tough ask, but you can also reach out anonymously by calling 1-800-CALL-FBI or by going to tips.fbi.gov. In closing, I want to thank everyone here for their hard work and partnership on this case. Special thanks to Saco Police Chief Jack Clements and to U.S. Attorney Darcy McElwee and all their teams for outstanding partnership and support, as well as the ATF, the U.S. Marshal Service, and the New Bedford Police Department, who all provided valuable assistance. Rest assured, we will not rest until we identify all the individuals involved in this incident. We turn it back over to Darcy.
At this time, AUSA's Noah Falk and Jonathan Nathans will come forward and answer any questions you might have.
Thank you, Darcy. My name is Noah Falk. I'm the lead drug attorney at the U.S. Attorney's Office here in Maine.
My name is Jonathan Nathans. I'm in line at USA here in the office and also the Project Safe Neighborhoods coordinator.
We're happy to take any questions, although this is an ongoing investigation and prosecution, so most of what's not public, we're not going to be able to speak to today. Yes.
The other people in the car that was shot into, do you believe that they were involved in drug trafficking, and are you going to search them or arrest them?
Well, that's a great question. So there's been a complaint that's been made public in this case. It's filed on the docket. The affidavit that was filed in support of that complaint recites facts that I think answer your question, but essentially, yes, it is believed that the individuals who are in, we'll call it the target car, were also drug traffickers, and that these charges arise out of violence in furtherance of drug trafficking.
Is that affidavit available?
Yes, it is.
It's on the public docket.
When were these three individuals arrested?
So the gentleman that is detained now in federal custody, Mr. Estrada, he was arrested on May 6th. The other two were in state custody and continue to be in state custody. And I don't have the date when they were taken into custody, but my understanding is that it was relatively quickly after the February 9th incident.
And they were taken into custody on unrelated charges to what is pending here today.
If the three suspects were in custody on or around May 5th, was any information public before now, or is there a reason you guys are now?
Yeah, go ahead. You can-
So, well, so how this goes, right, is that when the federal law enforcement is conducting an investigation, we really keep everything completely buttoned up because we need to safeguard the integrity of that investigation, and especially in something like this that involves allegedly violent individuals, we really have to take everybody's safety into account. And it's because of those concerns that we don't really announce the progress of our investigation until there's a step that's made public, in which case we provide, all the information that we can. Well, no, go ahead.
Well, I would say, just to sort of build off what Noah was saying, the complaint was originally filed. That was filed under seal until Mr. Estrada was subsequently arrested. His portion of the complaint was then unsealed, and then he was taken into federal custody. So it was sealed with an arrest warrant pending his arrest, and then subsequent, it was unsealed. for public view now.
And today was the first time that any of the defendants have appeared in court in Maine. Yeah, that's correct.
The complaint was public.
The complaint affidavit was made public on the day of Mr. Estrada's arrest, which was May 6th.
In Massachusetts.
Can you talk about who was in the other car and whether you're looking for them and can you identify them?
We can't comment on that right now.
I know you said you were working to apprehend more people that were involved. Do you have any idea the size of
We have an idea, but we're not able to share that information at this time.
You said they're all from Mass. What's the immigration status of those that were up to charge arrested?
Do you know their immigration status?
I don't think we know at this time.
Have you filed a synopsis?
Yes.
Does it indicate any of them are
No.
not U.S.
No.
citizens?
It doesn't.
I think you can just say that what's public is that the three individuals named in the indictment are U.S. citizens. If it says that, then
As we currently.
does it say in the synopsis? Because they'll see it.
So there's a synopsis filed with the indictment for all of the three defendants. At this time, it's believed that they're all U.S. citizens, and we have no other information provided this time.
Any other questions? I believe that our public information officer, I can't see her, Jana has the press releases and the remarks from today, if any of you would like those. And again, thank you so much for coming and for your interest in the case. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we can go back then and film voting.
Yeah, good job.